everything. Here we go. Right, so let me mute you. I'm just checking that everyone. And yeah, has everyone, make sure you've got everything that you need. Blankets, um, cushions, you might need cushions, you might not. Um, we are going to be doing fairly similar to what we did before. So for those people who are new, I'm assuming Zoom user is Alex. Um, basically, we are going to be doing really restful practice. So basically, just to kind of get you ready, just to kind of relax for the evening. It will regulate your nervous system, so sort of get you out of that fight or flight, and into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the one that we need to like rest and digest and to feel chilled. Um, So before we start with the sort of relaxation, we're going to start standing up, which is why you can see my messy background. So hopefully you might not be able to see my head, but we're going to start standing up. Um, so we're going to basically just use some of our muscles, contracting, relaxing, before we start to lie down. So standing with feet on the mat. You can have your eyes open or your eyes closed. You can press play on the Spotify playlist if you so wish. Basically, just feeling that connection to the ground. You can have your feet together, you can have your feet apart, whatever feels good for you right now. And what we're going to do, what I'd like you to do, is to start by rocking forwards and backwards. So really small, gentle movement, just swaying forwards and back. So really feeling feet pressing into the mat as you sway backwards and forwards. And again, you can have your eyes open or closed. You might want to try a bit of both and see what feels best. And if you want to make those sways bigger, you can. So you can come all the way up onto your tiptoes or rock all the way backwards without toppling over. Just really feeling into the feet. And then when you feel like you've done that enough, we're going to go from the left to right. So rocking onto the right side of the foot, the left side of the foot. You can keep the feet on the mat so you can lift them up. Just feeling whatever your body wants to feel right now. And then maybe bringing those two together so you can go to the side and round in a circle. Again, maybe coming up onto the tiptoes, but you don't need to. If you just want to do a really slight, gentle movement, that's okay. Just taking it round in a circle, really pressing into every corner of your feet. Feeling that connection with the floor. And then coming back to center. And you're ready. Again, just feeling that connection with the floor, with the mat. And then this time I'd like you to bend your knees really slightly, lifting the arms all the way up. Stretch and really stretch through the sides of the body, reaching through the fingertips. And then bring your arms down into a T shape. And again, just keep that movement quite fluid, reaching up, down into a T shape, up and down. And here you can go as fast or as slow as you like. You can make the bend as big or as small as you like. Just keep moving through those couple of movements. You might want to make them smaller so you're not stretching as much. Or maybe bigger, just play around, see what feels good. And then when you're next at the top with your arms all the way up towards the sky, you might want to take your gaze up. And then we're going to side bend over towards the right. Reach through the fingertips, feeling that stretch on the left-hand side. And then up and over towards the left. Feeling that stretch on the right. Coming back to center, let's drop the arms all the way down. And then this time I'd like you to lift your shoulders up towards your ears. And then when you drop them down, you're going to drop them down with force. So really like press them down. So you're getting any sort of fidgets. You might want to bring your knees into it. Just moving and really, so you're forcing the shoulders down, you're relaxing the shoulders. Let's do a couple more of these. And then my favorite thing ever before we lie down, we're going to do some shaking. So you might want to just shake the arms all the way up. Really, really shake everything out. And just get any fidgets out. Shake, 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 shake. No one can see you. You can all see me. I look silly. Shake, shake, shake. And then let it go, let it go, let it go. And then you can come down to lie on the mat. You can come down however you like. Do a forward fold. You can just sit down, whatever feels good. Coming to lie on the mat. Get yourself comfortable. Just to take a couple of minutes to let that movement go. And whilst you're lying down, you can have a play around with whether your eyes are open or eyes are closed. So sometimes having the eyes open will help us to focus more. Sometimes having them closed does. I know for me, I can't have my eyes open, but it might surprise you. So it's good to have a little play and see what works today. And then whilst we are lying down, we're going to come into our anchors. So you guys that came in October will know what these are. So you can stay lying down with your legs out long, if that's what you're choosing to do, or you can come into constructive rest. Sylvia, I'm going to call you out. Might be good to have your knees bent, feet out flat on the floor. But whatever works for you. And we're going to start with a body scan. So starting at the feet and just checking in with each part of your body. Just noticing how you feel. Moving slowly up towards the top of your head. You don't need to get involved in any stories or any of the thoughts that come up, just let them go. And then we're going to move through the three anchors now. So, the first one, bringing your attention to any sounds that you might hear in your space. They might be really loud, or they might be quite faint and in the background. But just try to focus your attention here. And let this be the focus, rather than those thoughts, stories, memories. And then you can stay with the sound, or we can move on to our second anchor, which is the floor underneath you. So bringing your attention to the floor underneath your body, wherever that may be. Really bringing your attention here. And just feeling your body in contact with the floor. Again, letting this be your focus. And we're trying to use these anchors as our focus, somewhere to keep our attention so that we're sort of quietening any noise that's in the mind. And you can stay with this one. Or we are going to move on to the third anchor, which is the breath. So feeling the movement of the breath, the feeling of the breath. It might be through your belly, through your chest, in your ribs. Or it might be the feeling of it coming out of your nostrils or your mouth. Again, just bringing the focus here, bringing your attention here. And then just for a couple of moments, you can pick. So you can pick the one that resonates the most with you. And it might be one, it might be two, it might be all three of them. I just try to pick whichever one didn't kick up lots of noise, lots of sort of mind chatter. Just bring your focus here. And just try to let everything go. Let everything else just pass you by. And then you have a choice. You can stay here for as long as you like and join in when you feel ready. or you can move through the next part of class. I'd like you to bring your legs into constructive rest. So we're staying lying down. We're just going to bend the knees and bring the feet flat on the mat. You can bring your feet as close to the body as you like. They can be as far away as you like, just whatever feels comfortable. And then from here, moving through our cat-cow shape. So let's start by tilting the pelvis, the hips down towards the mat. You're feeling your lower back arch. And then coming back to neutral. And then tipping the hip bones up towards the ceiling so your lower back is flattening against the mat and your belly button is pulling towards the floor. And then coming back to neutral. And just moving through these really simple movements, shapes. Tipping the pelvis down, back to neutral, and then tipping the pelvis the opposite way. And you might notice your spine getting involved, your neck, your head. Just go with what feels good. But try to let go of the idea of doing cat-cow on all fours and how much you might push or force your spine here. You want to be gentle in the body tonight. And when you're ready, you'll finish with those, just coming back to a neutral spine. And just checking in with those anchors so you can go through all three, or you can just pick the one that resonated with you earlier on. Just bring your focus here, quietening the mind. And then next, we're going to activate the back of the body. So we're going to be contracting and relaxing the different muscles throughout the back of the legs and the back. And the point of this is to activate those muscles and turn them on and then relax them. So much like you would do if you were doing a really physical strong practice, you're activating the muscles, which activates that fight or flight nervous system response. And then you can relax them and you can come back down and regulate yourself and feel rested and relaxed, but without having to do too much exertion or get your heart rate up. So to start with, we're going to bring the attention to the feet. So feel the feet really pressing in towards the mat. Really squeeze all the muscles on the bottom of your feet. And you can come in and out of this. You can let go and relax them and then tense them again. And maybe if you relax and do it again, you might feel a little bit more tension in the muscles, a little bit more strength. Just notice how this feels in the feet. And then we're going to let that go. Relax the feet, relax the muscles. And then we're going to tense the calves. So the big juicy bit on the back of the leg, just above the ankle, really tensing that. And again, you can tense and relax, tense and relax. Really just feeling all those muscles turning on. Notice if any other parts of the body get involved. And then relax, really let that go. And we're going to bring in the hamstrings, so the back of the thigh just above the knee. So tensing there. You might want to bring your hands to them. Feeling them might help you to sort of visualize and to activate it a bit more. Really tensing, feeling the whole of the back of the leg turning on. And then letting that go. And now we're going to come to the glutes, so your bum muscles. So really tensing these, squeezing them, and letting them go. And again, squeezing, really tensing, seeing if you can get a little bit more. And then letting them go. And notice how much you're letting go. Sometimes we hold ourselves if we're feeling a bit stressed or tense and we don't even realize. To keep being mindful of that as you're relaxing them. So just keep moving through that, tensing the muscles and the glutes. And then let them go. And then we're going to bring all of that together. So tensing the feet, the calves, the hamstring, the glutes. And as we do that, really pressing into the floor, tensing the back of the legs. I'd like you to lift the pelvis off the floor. And you'll probably be thinking about bridge, which is what you do in a physical yoga class. So you can lift your pelvis and you can push your hips up if you want to, but if you just want to lift your pelvis and your hips off like a tiny amount, a couple of centimeters, then please do so. You're getting the same sort of exertion through the muscles. So lifting and then lowering when it feels right to do so. And you can do that a couple of times. Really pushing into the floor with the feet, tensing the muscles, lifting up the pelvis. And then lowering. Then I'd like you to bring your arms in. So if they're not there already, bring in your arms next to the body with your palms facing the floor. And you can lift the pelvis up at the same time, or if you don't want to and you just want to leave your pelvis and your hips on the floor, then that's also fine. But we're going to push into the floor with the hands so that you're activating the arm muscles. You can really feel all the arm muscles turning on, the back muscles turning on. And moving through this, really pushing, tensing and activating, maybe lifting the pelvis slightly if that feels good. And then lowering, you can relax and then just move through that a couple of times, noticing how that feels in the body. You get a little bit more tension somewhere. Can you relax a little bit more? Let's do that one more time. And then lowering the hips if you have lifted them, really relaxing through the muscles. And I'd like you to slide your arms up into a T shape so they're out to either sides of the body. And just feel that openness through the chest. So this is a chest opener, different to how you might do it in a really physical class, but we've relaxed the body a little bit. So hopefully this doesn't feel too stimulating. And doing all those activations through the muscles, like I say, just switches on and gets us into that parasympathetic response in the nervous system. So when we do something like chest opening, which can feel quite open, it doesn't feel as stimulating as if we were doing it right at the beginning of class when we haven't even sort of relaxed. And then from here, you can come into a little twist if you like, so you can keep your arms open and drop the knees over to the right and then over to the left. Or if you want to windshield wipe your legs, Sylvie, I would be quite careful here when you're moving your legs in and out to the sides to see how the body feels. Just twisting the body slightly, moving the legs a little bit. And then when you feel ready to, coming back to your constructive breath. And let the arms go and bring them in to wherever feels comfortable. And we're going to come back to our anchors. So let's start with sound. Focusing on the sounds that you can hear. And if you can't hear anything, then you can use my voice, even though it sort of drops in and out. Just focusing your attention there. Just letting that be your focus. Letting everything else just pass by. And then you can stay with this one, or you can move on to the floor underneath you. Just letting the mind quieten, focusing on that feeling of the floor supporting you, that connection with the body. And then maybe moving on to the breath. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly, the chest. And then you can stay with this anchor, or you can pick whichever one resonates the most. And just have a couple of moments here. Using the anchors is a great way to just help us guide our meditation. Sometimes we need that sort of template to work through rather than not having anything to focus on and floundering a little bit. And then from here, we're going to move into our savasana. So you can stay in this position if you like, and you can stay focusing on your anchors if you feel like that works for you. But if you feel like you need to move, then please do so. And make sure you feel happy and comfortable in your position. Don't just deal with it because you think, oh, we're only here for a few more minutes. Actually find a position that feels comfortable. It doesn't have to be lying down. You can put your legs up the wall, on your side, on your belly. You can get your blankets if you need more. And making sure you're comfortable. And bringing your attention onto the physical body. Noticing any sensations. Try not to let them take over the mind. Just noticing and accepting whatever you can feel, whatever crops up. Just let your body feel grounded. Feel it melting into the floor. Supported here now. Can relax, let go. Just let your mind wander gently. And try to let the thoughts just pass by rather than getting caught in them. And I'm going to leave you here just for a few minutes, just in some silence. And I will guide you out really gently. gently bringing your attention to the right side of your body. Noticing the whole of the right side of the body. And then bringing your attention to the left side of the body. Noticing any sensations. And then bringing your awareness to the whole of the body. Feeling the ground underneath you, supporting you. And I'd like you to do a body scan here. So just checking in again, finishing as we started, starting at the feet, checking in with each body part, just noticing how you're feeling now. Moving slowly from the feet right up to the top of the head. And then checking in with your mind. How are you feeling mentally? And then how are you feeling? Just checking in with how you feel. And then slowly bringing some movement into the body. You might want to blink the eyes open slowly or scrunch the face up, wiggling your fingers and toes. Whatever it is you need to feel a little bit more awake. And then when you're ready, just rolling onto one side, coming up to a seated position. And you can bring your hands into heart center, you can close your eyes. And I just want you to thank yourself for being here tonight, taking 45 minutes to get ready for you. And get ready for your evening, get ready for your week. And then thanks for joining. I hope you all enjoyed. If anyone has any questions, then please let me know.